Hello everyone. Today is Valentine's Day and everybody must have by now got the roses or must be waiting for roses, and there'll be some people who will be wondering when will that Valentine Day come, when they'll get roses and gifts and all that lovey-dovey stuff, because being in love, falling in love makes you feel so good. Everybody wants to be that. Now I'll tell you today the story of a girl who was in the same boat as so many of us who want that there should be somebody with whom you can feel that love and feel that emotion of being in love, because that makes you feel so good. So there was this lady, there was this girl who really wanted to fall in love, but it was not happening. She would keep wondering that is there anybody with whom she will feel like that her mind will explode with chemicals and she'll feel so ecstatic, and there'll be this kick and that initial phase, that rush of being in love, and you feel so good. So she was waiting. Valentine's Day would come and go, and this was not happening. Now one day she decided that I can't keep waiting, so let me try to see why a person feels so good when the person is in love. So she did some research, and what she found out was that you feel so good while you are in love, that there are reasons for it. There is a chemistry, there is a coming together of a lot of elements. So what she discovered was that you feel so good because your ego defenses are very low, and you are able to appreciate everything about the other person when you are in love. You are practically blind, as they say, and that makes you feel so good. Secondly, there is a rush of chemicals like dopamine, serotonin and oxytocin in your mind, and when those hormones are released, you feel so happy, so ecstatic, so joyous that you want to be in love forever. Now, what this girl did, because she was a smart girl, she was not the proverbial Cinderella or Snow White who was waiting for the prince to arrive. What she decided was that let me find out what else makes you so happy, what else gives you the same feeling as falling in love. And she discovered something very interesting, and I'm going to discuss it with you. First thing she discovered that before getting that feeling of being in love, you don't have to have an object of love in terms of a person. So if you can't find the person who will make you fall in love, you could love a hobby, you could love music, you could love painting, you could love any other thing which you just love doing, which means it makes you lose track of time. If you discover that and you indulge yourself in it, she realized, and she did a scientific study, mind you, that the same chemicals get released and you get that same ecstatic feeling. So the challenge lies in discovering what you really like to do. So that is the first thing. Second thing is that when you stop thinking too much about yourself and you are able to empathize with others, you are able to give to others, you are able to identify with others, it gives you that same chemical reaction which being or falling in love gives you. So that is the other easy way out. Start giving, start empathizing, start being compassionate. Third thing she realized, and again she did a lot of research on it, and it was that if you meditate, that releases the exact same hormones. So if you start meditating every day, and by meditation it is not meant that you sit in that lotus posture and you just focus on your breathing. That is one way of doing it. Other ways are you indulge, you start doing something which you just enjoy so much that your mind, body and soul goes into it. Like for me, when I'm writing, I have that experience and I can have that same ecstatic feeling, that is of falling in love. Because falling in love essentially means you should feel in love. What the other person is doing, what the other person is reciprocating or not, that is secondary. You should be in that chemical state where you get this feeling of being in love. So it could be with an object, with a passion, with an activity, with meditation or with social work. Now the last thing which she discovered, If you indulge in intense physical activity day after day after day after day, you start getting the same hormones which you get when you are falling in love. So, easy way out, you just make a routine of physical activity, and once you reach that level, say in 5 to 7 days, you start experiencing the falling in love kind of chemical which gets released in your mind. So, it's easy again, and then you start getting that same kick, that same ecstatic feeling. And the best part is when you derive the chemicals through these activities like physical activity, meditation, giving, indulging in a hobby, then it is a long term thing, as opposed to wanting to fall in love with a person which eventually dies down because it is just a kick that hormones give you, and then once your ego defenses come up and you start judging the person, ooh, the love goes out of the window. So this Valentine's Day, learn from this girl who didn't wait for the prince to come. She completed herself and she was in love forever after that, because she found things she could just enjoy and be in love with every day. So, happy Valentine's Day to you, and I hope from now on every Valentine's Day you will be madly in love. This is Anupma saying bye bye. See you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. See you. Bye.